Hello and welcome to Energy Management for Personal and Professional Wellness. My name is Brian Germano, Senior Learning and Development Specialist at SAS. I've been doing so for the last 10 years. Prior to working at SAS, I was a strength and conditioning coach. I trained athletes from little kids all the way up to professional ones. I have a master's degree in exercise physiology and a bachelor's in biostatistics. All those experiences have taught me ways to manage one's energy and allow us to be more productive and successful. Before getting started, I'd like to share a little bit about SAS and who we are. We have over 14,000 employees worldwide in over 59 countries. We're the #1 provider of AI and advanced analytics, and our software is used to help in every industry, from fighting fraud to solving environmental issues to tracking the coronavirus outbreak. Not only do we care about our customers, but we care deeply about our employees, and have been fortunate enough to be recognized as a great place to work for over 20 years. Today, I'd like to share a little bit about how you can maximize your performance when working remote, as well as when we get back to our new normal, how you can maximize your performance in your traditional office setting, whether that be at your home or your local office. The way that we'll do that is talk about how to set your environment up for success, ways to build your routine, how to reframe your mindset in times of challenge and change, as well as how to exercise your emotional muscles. When I think about setting up your environment, it comes down to aligning both your headspace and your physical space. The way that we do so is by understanding and experimenting with our environment. Understanding when and where you're most productive is critical in understanding how to set up your workspace for success. I like to first think about the room, the physical setup. What's in it? The seating, the balance of clutter versus cleanliness, and which one you appreciate. The lighting, and then also removing any physical and or psychological distractions. The next is your mindset, understanding your headspace in that particular area, as well as the time of day. Certain people love working in the morning because they get great creative ideas. Others like the midday time frame because there's less interruptions. Others appreciate working like night owls. Understanding your mindset and time of day can allow you to be more productive or align your productivity to the times of day that you are most productive. How do we do this? I think the easiest way is by using the sight and sound test. Here's how it works. You orient yourself in the workspace that you're wanting to work in. For example, at 9 a.m., I would position myself at the desk in my guest bedroom. For 2 minutes, I observe both the sights and the sounds from that position. After that 2-minute period, I journal. What were the distractions and what were the things that I heard and saw? In the column over, I consider ways to manage or remove these distractions. From there, I have the ability to set my workspace up for productivity and success. The first way that you can set it up is by buying or creating the right stuff. You might purchase a wireless headset. You may purchase a new desk. You may buy a table or chair. But you don't always have to buy things. We also have the ability to create the right stuff. For example, I have a standing workstation in my second bedroom. Now, this isn't the traditional standing workstation. It's a bar stool with about 5 board games stacked up and my laptop propped up on it. Didn't have to buy anything, and it gives me the ability to stand and work. Other people will pull plants or pictures into their workspace because right now, due to the coronavirus, many of us are working remotely for the first time. We don't want to go to the store, we don't want to purchase new things, but we can easily, as many interior designers do, repurpose items or move one item from another place into your workspace so that you're given the ability and the senses of productivity. Another thought is by managing distractions. This can be done in many different ways, but I think of some of the examples and things that I do. I write my daily schedule and post it on the refrigerator. I put Post-it notes on the door of the room that I'm working from to alert both young children in my home and partner about when and how I can be distracted. Just like we do with out-of-office replies and messages, we can do the same thing by managing distractions in our home. For those that don't have a lot of space, maybe you have a roommate, or you have a small area with many family members. I've also known people to put up curtains or sheets to block off that workspace so visually they are not distracted while doing their work. The last is by controlling your energy and attitude. Moving your physical position, taking deep breaths, understanding your mindset during particular times of day will allow you to both control your attitude and your energy. Research out of Harvard says that standing up by itself increases brain function by 7 to 12%. Want a little boost in productivity? Stand up. Movement increases brain function even more. So we've talked about ways to set up your workspace for productivity. There's also some different things to consider when setting your workspace up for creativity. There's 4 things I'd like to discuss with you right now. The first is making that space comfortable, but not cramped. Familiar, comfortable surroundings allow us to feel safe, relaxed, reducing the amygdala hijacking that can happen when we're stressed. This allows the brain to flow and think about creative endeavors much easier. We want to think about the lighting. According to the Journal of Environmental Psychology, dimly lit rooms foster creativity. The negative spaces and lack of light actually allows the brain to feel free, encouraging it to be more creative. We want to have a little bit of ambient noise. This allows us to block out some distractions, as well as allows the mind to mildly struggle with thoughts and processes. The University of Chicago study says that ambient noise around 60 to 80 hertz actually allows us to feel and be more creative. The last is the temperature of the room. According to a 2004 Cornell University study, having the temperature of your room somewhere between 22 and 25 degrees Celsius or 72 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit allows us to feel comfortable, relaxed, and allows us to approach creative endeavors much easier. So you've set up your environment for creativity, and you also have established places and ways that you can be productive. But sometimes we get stuck. So what do? Well, you reset your environment. This can be as simple as changing locations, moving to a new room in your home. I know coworkers that work from closets and bathrooms and small tight spaces just to allow them to think about things differently. Changing your physical location can do the same thing. Have a small home? Slide over one seat cushion. Bored with that place? Move to another spot. Changing your physical location can alter your mental mindset. Another way to do this is by scheduling meetings in different rooms, just like you would in the traditional office setting. Now that many of us are working remotely, we can think about scheduling one in a second guest bedroom, another at your kitchen table, a fourth in your bedroom. Scheduling meetings in different rooms allows us to think about things from different angles. And then the last is picking a new time slot. Have a recurring meeting that happens the same time at the same day of the week. Pick a new time slot. What you'll notice is the members of that meeting, the constituents, may contribute differently, more creatively, more focused, might be more conversational. When we have recurring meetings and we don't pick new time slots, sometimes the brains are stuck in patterns by those things that were forced from meetings before or meetings afterwards. These are some ways that you can reset your environment. If you're feeling stuck, consider other options that allow you to get unstuck and make you more productive and creative. Routines allow us in times of both stress and success to have more energy than we've ever expected. Building a routine, or what I like to call a set of rituals, allows us to better manage both our time, our energy, our productivity, and our focus. I'd like to share a few rituals that will allow you to work remotely more successfully, both boosting your performance and giving you the opportunity and energy to connect with yourself, family, and loved ones. The Ready ritual is a small action that you can take that signals to your brain it's time to work. This can be something as simple as brushing your teeth or making your bed, maybe even doing 10 push-ups before work. It allows you to focus on your workday and signal to your brain it's time to begin your work. The commuter ritual. Typically, when we're not working remote, many of us commute via foot or car to our next meeting, giving us time to process information. Due to the coronavirus, many of us are working remote for the first time, harder, longer. The commuter ritual allows us to take natural breaks in our day, giving us valuable time to process information that was covered in the last meeting. It allows us to have time to prepare for the next one and gives us a few moments, if not minutes, to recover our energy prior to starting the next activity. Finding a way to commute from one meeting to the next, even if you're using technology, will allow you to have greater focus. This can be something as simple as standing up and sitting back down. It might be walking from one side of the room to the next. It could be physical exercise. It might even be taking a few deep breaths to allow you to have a bit of a break between one meeting and the next. The break ritual, as I mentioned breaks, it's something similar to that. Every 2 hours, we should take some type of break, allowing ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our emotions, valuable time to recover our energy. We see this in all types of sports and professions where people take adequate breaks every 2 hours, if not shorter, for somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes to recover their energies. This can be something simple as meditation or journaling or just sitting in silence. Allowing yourself time to both schedule and honor those scheduled times for break will actually boost your performance and productivity. You've worked hard all day or all week and you need to find an escape. The escape ritual allows us to disconnect from our work and reconnect with ourselves and our family. Especially when working from home, it is easy to stay connected, work longer, later, and sometimes even extra hours on the weekend, keeping yourself from personal, family, and social desires. Establishing a time or times that you'll be leaving work behind is critical in escaping the workday and getting into your personal time. When we first started working remotely due to the coronavirus, this was something that I had a very challenging time doing. I remember a morning where I was watching cartoons with my daughter and decided to respond to an email on my laptop. 2 hours later, I turned around and I was still doing email. I decided that I needed to create an escape ritual at the end of the week so that I could honor and enjoy the weekend time. How did I do so? It was as simple as packing up my laptop in its briefcase and putting that briefcase in the closet. For some of you, you might not have that luxury because you have a desktop at your home. Well, take a sheet or a blanket and cover it up. Out of sight, out of mind. At the end of a workday, you might turn off notifications or close the door to your office in your home. Finding ways to escape allow us to reconnect to those people and those things that are most important to us. If you think that's challenging, I'll give you another hard one to consider. The 30 plus 30 ritual. Here's how this one works. I'm challenging you to find 30 minutes per day, every day, to do some type of physical exercise. This might be body weight exercises. This might be walking in your home or outside in your neighborhood. It could be doing aerobics in your living room, 30 minutes per day of physical movement. And then another 30 minutes with the absence of technology during your waking hours. Sounds tough, I know. How do you do it? Well, it could be journaling for 30 minutes or doing meditation, maybe origami or coloring. 30 minutes with the absence of technology. Could be board games, playing cards. Something that allows you to disconnect because as we're all working remotely even more, it is so easy to remain connected via technology. Pulling the plug for 30 minutes is an effective way to keep our minds and our bodies healthy. The last is a group break ritual. As many of us have experienced over the last months and days, there are more people in our home than maybe we remember. Young kids, spouses, roommates, those people that have and are working through competing schedules. Finding ways to align your breaks allow you to reconnect with those people that are cohabitating with you. This can be something as simple as doing a crossword or a Sudoku puzzle. In our house, we actually do karaoke. Yeah, it sounds crazy, doesn't it? We have a small microphone. We spend 5 minutes doing karaoke and doing a little dance party in the living room. For others that don't live with someone, you can establish a group break ritual by connecting with someone via email or video conference. It might be playing a game on your phone with that other individual. Group break rituals are a great way to connect with others and allow ourselves valuable time to get recovery, to approach our work when we return with more productivity and creativity. In times of challenge and change, it's important to reframe our mindset when possible. When I think about this, I'm naturally drawn to a quote from Mr. Rogers, something that his mother told him when he was a young boy. And when I think about this, it's all about discovering different opportunities, different options when presented with times of challenge and change. For us, due to the current situation, we're given almost the gift of time. The absence of a commute to work and the lack of driving for before and after work activities, we freed up some time. With this new time, maybe you have the opportunity to reframe it. You could give yourself the opportunity to learn something new, potentially complete something on your to-do list, or maybe with this new time, strengthening something, whether that be your mind, your body, your emotion. When I think about reframing our current situation, I think about the idea that social distancing doesn't have to mean emotional distancing. Finding opportunities and ways to stay connected, whether that be a phone call or a video chat, scheduling a virtual happy hour or coffee or tea with colleagues, loved ones, and ways to connect via technology, whether that be through a chat app or maybe an email, to stay connected with those people that are most important to you. When I think about reframing our mindset, I think about asking why, not to blame, but asking why to understand. One of our company values is curiosity. And when I think about this perspective, I think about opening up both a learner's mindset and a curious mindset to ask why to understand and then do something about it, keeping ourselves open to new options, new possibilities, potentially even innovation. Exercising your emotional muscles is a great way to improve your wellness and productivity. I think one of the best ways to do this is by practicing gratitude daily. How can you do it? Well, there's a couple ways. The first is just simply journaling for 60 seconds, things you're grateful for. Another is by using a technique called rosebud thorn. Here's how this one works. Whether it's in a journal or with other people, you share one thing you're grateful for, the rose, one challenge for the day, the thorn, and one thing you're looking forward to tomorrow, the bud. Using rose, bud, thorn is a great way to allow you to increase your graciousness and understand and promote self-compassion. Another way to strengthen or not weaken our emotional muscles is by not bookending our day with news and technology. Choosing one time to have the absence of both news and technology, whether that be in the morning or right before you go to bed, is a great way to keep your energy emotionally high, positive, and strong. Finding something to look forward to each day is an unbelievable way to promote thoughts of both graciousness and strengthen our emotional muscles. Having that thing to look forward to each day actually keeps us more positive, both from a personal side, it keeps us more well, and it keeps us more high performing when it comes to work. The opportunity to cultivate relationships, whether they be personal or professional, allow our emotional muscles to remain strong, flexible, and connected. And lastly, breathing is a great technique to allow us all to press the reset button when our emotions aren't where we want them to be. As simple as taking 3 seconds of deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, allowing us to connect to those things that are most important to us, both personal and professional. Thanks so much for participating in this session. May yourself and those that you care about remain healthy, happy, and positive. Thanks so much, and have an energizing day.